Welcome, celestial beings. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. Just know that this is going to be a general message for the collective, and not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, and that's okay. Just take what fits and leave the rest. There's some interesting things in the description box for the collective, and if you want to support the channel or continue to support the channel, do all of the things, but most importantly, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Just know when the camera was off, I've done all the things, and now that the camera is on, I'm ready to get down to business, so let's talk about it. Today I'm speaking to a collective who've been going through the trials and tribulations, have went through it. There's been some heavy burdens for some. Some of us have been taking on more loads than we could carry. Just the feeling of things been a little bit heavy or overwhelming per se. Okay, but I feel like for the collective, some of you guys have come up with some ideas, or some things that popping up in your mind, or you sat in silence in your downtime while you're meditating or while you sleep. You getting messages, you getting downloads. You may have asked for clarity, and you're getting exactly that on how to move forward. I feel like the collective I'm speaking to, you are emotionally grounded, you are even keeled, you are emotionally mature, to actually come up with a resolution to whatever it is bothering you at this time, without it being so internal. The internal mind tricks or the games, or feeding yourself self-doubt and things of that nature. I feel like this collective is overcoming that type of energy, or will overcome it. Whatever is going on with you is at the point in your life where you can no longer disassociate or act like that this stuff is not going on around you, because the end game is your happiness, your complete happiness. For some, you have a decision that needs to be made in regards to fully committing to something or somebody. Okay, I feel like that once you figure it out mentally, whatever it is that you are seeking clarity on, and or is wanting, and when it comes to you, like all of the element, like the emotional elements are there. Okay, it's up to if this is what you want to commit to or not. Okay, is this what is going to ultimately fulfill you in this moment, or in these stages, or where you at in your journey? So this is what the energy is. You getting the clarity and the information. Excuse the noise in the background, but life is life. But in the end game, or what the results or what the outcome is supposed to be, is whatever gives you the most fulfillment and whatever it is that makes you happy. But getting to that conclusion or that resolution about that, you have the wits, the thoughts, the ideas. You have that, right? It's more, is this going to ease the burdens? Is this going to add to? Is this going to take a little, some loads off my feet? Or will I regret the decision that I made? Okay. However, this fits into your scenario. So let me get to the tarot to clarify and confirm the energy that I'm picking up on here today. Let's see. Oh. Well, dang. Okay. Okay. For some, life is definitely coming at you fast, like really, really fast. And that in the moments of needing the clarity is so warranted. This decision is not a small decision. It's not one that you can take lightly, because whatever you decide, it impacts more than just yourself. There's other people involved. The rest of the equation to the problem to get it solved will involve more people. This is not just about you. That is why you need to take your time. That is why there's asking for clarity, because if you do this, okay, if you fully commit to this, this has to enhance your life, okay? It can't be something that's going to take away, slowly deteriorate, just anything to take from. This definitely has to add to. You definitely deserve the softer, the best per se, what it is that you wanted in life. But for you, you know that there has to be a balance. And for you, you can't have one foot out and one foot in. You have to be fully committed to this. Okay. Again, you are acknowledging that it's up to you to do something in regards to this decision. Like you know that it's you. It's you. It's ultimately you, not any other parties, nobody else. This is you having to make this decision to move on with this. For some, this is definitely a relationship that you may have been into, and it's time to seal the deal. And maybe for some, the question hasn't even been asked for you, and you're not going to press the issue. So this is where I'm deciding to split, part ways, because it's not going anywhere. It's not adding any value. Not what it's not relieving the burdens of what you have on you mentally, physically, spiritually, period, right? So you deserve to live the type of life it is that you are wanting for yourself. And you're trying to figure out if this person, this place, this thing, this job, this business, whatever that you're trying to decide on, is it worth it? Is it getting you to this point in your life where you're feeling fulfilled? You feeling like this is everything that you want it to be? And if it can't give you that fuzzy warm feeling all over, the energy feels like you're going to do what's best for you. You're going to grow you. You're going to advance you. You're going to expand you the way you need to. Okay. So it also feels like that there are certain aspects of, if you continue on with what you have, there are still opportunities for expansion. But I feel like the whole questioning is, you spreading yourself so thin, like, is it going to ease up? Or will I continue just to be spreading myself so thin? Okay. The I don't know. It feels like there's an epiphany after an epiphany after an epiphany, and more is coming to you, and more is coming to you, and you seeing a whole bunch of things from a whole bunch of different angles. Okay, you are getting information, you are getting clarification, you are getting messages, emails, mail, correspondence. You are getting information. It's how you are processing that information and what you want to do with that information, and if you're going to carry on. If this is going to put you in the place where it is that you want to be, again, this is about value, and if it's adding value to you and what it is that you want your life to look like. So there's a decision that needs to be made. But ultimately, is this what you want? Is this overflowing your cup? If this really making you happy, or will this? Okay, because it's a decision, right? So, or am I going to continue pouring my everything into this and get these it doesn't feel like where you are currently is progressing. It just feels like it's there. It's maintained, but it's not shifting into that more, right? Or the better or the best. And so this is where we have to make the decision on, am I okay with this, or do I want something different? Do I want something better? Do I want something more? And in better in terms of what you want and what you believe would be better for you. Okay. But I feel like, okay, you can no longer like push this to the side, keeping it just open ended. Like this actual decision, a conclusion has to be made. And at the end of the day, whatever you decide, however you decide it, is going to affect more than just yourself. And maybe that's where some of the hesitation is, because you know this is not only solely about you, that there's other people's lives that's going to be affected about the decision that you're going to make. All right. Well, let's get the final messages out here. You definitely have some decisions to make. You can no longer pretend the decision is not out there on the table. Okay. You haven't give up on yourself. You haven't given up on the situation. It's I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's not that you're giving up. I just think that it's reached its cap, its ceiling, its wall. It's like there's nowhere else to go. You've reached the highest of the heights there, right? So am I happy with where I am, and do I want to just keep maintaining it, or do I want to shift and do something else? Well, at the end of the day, whatever decision is made, is there is a well-deserved reward at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because this is what you deserve. We already covered that, okay? All right. So, whatever direction you do take, it will be a time for transformation, because if you stay, that means you decided that you are complicit, and you could actually be happy where you are. I don't even know, for some, like, where did this come about? How did this even come about? Or was you just doing a total analysis, over your life, and you're just like, well, I'm not totally like unhappy or anything, but am I like happy? I don't know. It seems kind of, the energy seems kind of up in the air with something. Okay. And then, so whatever end of the spectrum you decide to go, it will be a time for transformation with you. Okay. Because it's the experience and the walk. If you say, okay, I don't want to continue to maintain, I want something different, then that newness is going to transform you into the version of you need to be, to be in that new step forward in the new you type energy. The focus is on joy and stability. Was Am I spreading myself too thin? If I go in a different direction, will it make it even better? If I go in a different direction, will I be happier? If I go in a different direction, will I be getting everything that I deserve? Those type of questioning. At the end of the day, regardless of what happens or which direction you decide to go in, it's an opportunity. One, if it is, it's going. We're talking about transportation. Somebody's getting some new transportation. Transformation. Somebody is possibly, if you decide to move forward, will be using a mode of transportation to move around and about, like getting out of the environment. Okay, so anywho, however, this would be an opportunity for you to strengthen your connections, what internally, whatever things that you need to work on. If you decide to go in the opposite direction of maintaining or staying. And then the last card we have is control. And it's like, who's in control? Right? Yeah, yeah. Control. Are you even in control? That type of situation. I don't feel like it's a manipulative type of situation, that type of control. How much control do you have over this? How much can you influence? But also making sure that you do control your emotions, and if you are in a stage of joy and stability, just maintaining that. So whatever it takes to control that, whatever parts of you that is reliant upon stepping into this and fully committing and maintaining that type of feeling, right? So that's the message here. We have a decision to make. However, it's growth and development in both directions. If I could put it clearly, it's growth and development in both directions. There may be somebody or something that is requiring you to make a decision, but it feels like either way, whatever decision that you make is not a bad one, right? Some people have reached a point in their life that they're okay with how everything is operating, how it's set up, and they wouldn't change it for the life of them until they get to whatever age. For some, I feel like that some of my collective, that this may be resonating with you, may be like at a stage of retirement with something. This doesn't have to be retiring from a job, but this has something to do with maturity and where you are in life. And that's what I mean by retirement. Like, you're about to go on flow in autopilot type flow, where this is how I kind of want to live out the rest of my time here this way. That type of feeling. So that's what I have for my collective. I feel like, although this energy is kind of hard to sum up or put into words, it's not a bad energy at all. Okay. So, if no one's told you today, I'm going to tell you I love you. And until next time, collective, I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all got this. I love you. I love you. I love you.